Get your exclusive items from JP Fans. $86 coupon with 50% off Mercury items. Link in the description. Oh yeah.
Hello, my name is Dr. Shamos, and today we have a very simple video. This is just to showcase my competitive purple Katakuri deck, in case you wanna know. So I've been doing a lot of videos on purple Katakuri, not only gameplay but also evolution of the deck list, and I decided to make one video with my probably final deck list now that the starter decks are out and so on, and I've been playing a bit more and tried all of the decks. Now I can say officially I've tried completely everything. This is the deck list that I'm using, and I kind of just wanted to present to you guys. Now that the starter decks are out, this should have a bit more traction, if people want to know what other players are playing, and I'm one of those other players. So let's get right into it, shall we? First and foremost, we have 4 of each searchers to up the consistency at maximum. So yeah, like, we need to see our main engine as fast as possible and as consistently as possible. So playing 4 of each to me seems the only logical choice. Then I'm playing, as for the 2Ks, I'm playing 3 Kamazu. This Kamazu, actually, I've been trying Nola, and to be honest, Nola is so specific that I decided to just remove it. But Kamazu comes in much more situations, and so I'm playing him 3, and then I'm playing Cracker at 3. Why am I explaining Kamazu with Cracker? It's simply because Kamazu is a 4-cost 5k power as well as Cracker, which means when you go second, usually you love to play Cracker on your 4th turn. If you don't see Cracker, hopefully you'll find Kamazu. So having a 6 4-cost will bump our consistency on our 4th turn a bit better. So Kamazu has that additional advantage. Not only that, since the meta right now in OP 16.5 is kind of shifting into more mid-range aggro decks, Kamazu will help you with those matchups, and those matchups themselves play anti-removal tech, and Kamazu, once again, will help you against that tech. So pretty much a very good all-around card as a 2k. He's not searchable, doesn't really matter if he's searchable, we don't really care, we kind of just want him for attack and has a body. So yeah. He's here to kind of help us finding that that 4th play. Also, I'm playing 3-3 here. You can go 2 Kamazu and 4 Cracker, or 2 Cracker, 4 Kamazu. It's up to you. I love them both pretty equally, so I'm playing 3-3. Then we have our Katakuri, 5-cost Katakuri. He's a 4F, obviously, a very strong card, pretty much our main character here on this deck. So we're playing max of 5-cost Katakuri. No need for explanation. He regens you a Dawn, and when he gets KO'd, he can replace himself, so it's extremely strong card. Next is Daifuku. Daifuku is a 2k, 6-cost 7k power. I'm using him to replace Katakuri and the other Katakuri, the 8-cost Katakuri, as a target for the 7-cost pudding. So 7-cost pudding can play a Big Mom Pirates character from 6k power up to 8k power, and sometimes I don't find neither of the Katakuri. Usually we want to play 8-cost Katakuri with her, but if we don't find him, usually we play the 5-cost Katakuri, and if we don't find either, we play Daifuku. So he's here just so when we're trying to build our board on early game, he gives us that extra consistency that we love. And again, he's a 2k counter, so he'll help us defensively. So Kamazu and Daifuku here. Kamazu has extra utility, but both of them, Daifuku and Kamazu, have the utility of adding extra consistency to our plays, and both of them are 2Ks, which help us defensively. Then we have the 7-cost pudding. We're playing 4 of. She's very strong into developing boards and establishing boards, especially playing 1 character for 2 characters for a cost of 1, and she draws us 2 cards. So those 2 targets that we usually play on the board with her, which is her +1, replace themselves thanks to her draw 2. When, for example, when we play the 8 cost Katakuri vanilla style, so we just play the 8 Dawn to play him, he doesn't replace himself, and with the 7 cost Pudding, we can play her, draw 2, play 8 cost Katakuri, and we are pretty much not going down on cards in hand. So yeah, very strong card at 4. Then we have our 8 cost Katakuri. He's our ace character for the deck. Him and the 5 cost Katakuri have an incredible engine together. Both put together regen 3 Dawn overall. So when we pass turn, this Katakuri will restand himself plus another card. And will give us 1 rested Dawn, so that's 1 Dawn regen, and then the 5 cost Katakuri gives us 2 Dawn every time we go down 1 Dawn, so overall 3 Dawn regen every time, every turn. So yeah, very strong. Obviously is a blocker that withstands himself plus a card, so in itself is a very good tool offensively and defensively, so he's gonna be played at 4, obviously. Then I'm playing 2 9 cost Lily. Now, there I've seen some people cut her to play, like, for example, I see this a lot. They take away the 9 cost Lily and play an extra Kamaso and extra Cracker. You can do that. You'll add up, once again, going second, you'll add consistency. Not only that, you have more counter overall. But I just think we need a bit more of late game bodies besides the 10 cost Lily. So I'm adding 2 extra 9 cost Lily to help us overall. Not only is she a very strong body, she regens her life just like 10 cost Lily, and against some matchups actually helps us control the board. Once again, because the meta is evolving into mid-range aggro decks, she helps us a lot into those matchups. So instead of playing 4/4 here, I'm playing 2 Linley's 9 costs. Pretty good, really love her. Then we have the 10 cost Lily. Now we're playing 4 of our boss character. Like, she's the ultimate late game body that you can drop. She regens you a life by discarding 1 card, just like 10 cost Lily. Then she transforms the power of any character on your opponent's field into 0, which then becomes the target for Mamaragan, which then is just easily removed. Some people don't play Liling, this 9 cost Lily as well. To go with the Liling, the 10 cost Lily, they play extra 10 cost Don Flamingo. This one, which also helps into those mid-range aggro decks. I just prefer this Lily, the 9 cost Lily, by the way, because she regens a life. So yeah, usually to go with this 10 cost Lily, they play Don Flamingo. Or what you can do is you can remove one of these Lily to play the 10 cost Rush Lily, like this. So you have a bit more variety, but overall I still prefer the 10 cost Lily at 4, and I still prefer 9 cost Lily over the Don Flamingo. It's just more on theme as well, you know, all Big Mom Pirates except Kamaz over here, and Mamaragan obviously. Divine Departure as well, but well, it's just a bit more on theme. So yeah, I'm playing 4, she's very useful, even just as a very big late game body. Also, I'm playing 4 because if we need, we can use one of the copies as fuel for the 9 cost Lily effect, or the itself. You know, we don't usually play 4 every game. We play maybe 2 max if the game drags a little bit too much. But yeah, I play her at 4 for extreme consistency into finding her when we need. Then we have Divine Departure. We are playing a good amount of bricks, Katakuris, and then the Lilings, as well as the 1 cost events. So 2 Divine Departures I found very good to use as counter events to trash with these bricks to help us defensively. Its main effect is also good, but it's not as good because we do have 10 cost Lily. Usually we prefer to play 10 cost Lily, but overall very good card. Some people play 3. I actually seen some people play 4, and actually the ratios vary a lot. People play 1, people play 2, people play 3, and people play 4. I'm very happy with that too. I don't think it's not that needed with more, to be honest. But less, I also think starts hurting the deck, and you're not gonna find it. So yeah, 2, it's pretty good. Then we have the 4 Marmoragans. I've already talked about this card with Charlotte Lily. You play it at 4 for utmost consistency. You can use some early game to replace itself and give you counter. And then when you play Lily, you can use it. It also replaces itself and will rest the target that you targeted with Lily to then rest it, and then it just becomes super easy card to remove. It's just free pretty much. So yeah, extremely strong card. We are playing at 4 with Link for to have consistency, so we have the combo here. That's why we're playing 4 of each. Then we have we already talked about this. Let's go move over. Then we have 2 copies of Hakai. This is again to help you against mid-range aggro decks. Pretty strong. Since this is meta, this will help you remove 2 bodies at a time. Although, and once again, since we are combining this with Kamazo, Kamazo can remove the anti-removal, and then Hakai will come in and just remove what you actually want to remove. Pretty good, pretty simple, pretty strong. Also, it's searchable with this 1-cost event. One tip though that I give you is do not try to play this before setting up your 2 Katakuris. This is because you're gonna pretty much be losing an entire turn just to play this card using the pretty much almost all the Dawn you have, and so it would be pretty good if you already have some board to swing with, and usually Katakuris are the most important bodies to have. So yeah, we're playing at 2. Lastly, I'm playing 2 of the 2-cost Katakuri. This is just on a combo extender. If you already have Katakuris and you feel like you are in a pretty good position, you can use him, play him, and if your opponent has 8 Dawn or less, you can replace him for the 8-cost Katakuri, or you can, if your opponent has 5 Dawn, you can remove him for the 5-cost Katakuri. Pretty much you're playing either of your ace cards for 2 Dawn, which is really good, or the other case that happens rarely is when they remove one of your Katakuris, or even both, and you really need to rebuild board as fast as possible, as cheap as possible, you can play this Katakuri to rebuild that board to not lose the tempo. That's pretty much it. This is pretty much the deck. I hope you guys enjoyed. There will be a guide on my description, in the description of the video, in case you want to see to understand how this deck works. This is just to showcase my utmost updated deck, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.